at this point, we keep track of it. We're at about 90% of our new referrals come through YouTube. So it's directly attributable to what we're doing, with your company and creating the different video content. And so, when we look at it, that's total revenue of the firm. So only 10% of the revenues month to month are coming from other referral sources, which is huge. Mainly because, like I said, when they call me with a consultation, if it says YouTube is the referral source, I know there's super high. Our close rate is over 70% with those particular clients right there on the first call.
John, first of all, thank you so much for your time. In this quote-unquote short interview, what I would love to do is just to ask you a few questions to see where were you at before starting to work with us, with Hex Studio? Where are you at now in terms of results, revenue, subscribers, all of that? And what was the process that we used to take you from this point A to this point C? So having said that, John, I don't know if you would like to maybe do a short introduction on who you are, what is your business about, and we can kick it off from there.
Sure, Juan. Yeah, no, I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you about this. I'm a bankruptcy attorney in the state of Arizona, and I also do some I defend debt collection lawsuits, that kind of thing. And I've always done a lot of my, I guess what you call content marketing. I used to be a big blogger back in the day when blogs were really big, and I got into video and I got into YouTube. And actually, I think when we met, I had already done YouTube for quite some time. I did it. It was really kind of low budget. I did all the editing myself, but I had always found video to be a really effective way to market my law practice. And as far as a lead generator, it was huge. And so I think we've been working together almost 2 years, surprisingly. I think it's been that long. Wow. And so I kind of decided, hey, there's two reasons. One, I felt like I needed the quality. We needed to take that to the next level. And two, just the work process. If anybody is, obviously you guys have, but if anybody that's listening to this has edited their own videos, it's a skill set that I don't have. And two, even just the rudimentary editing is really time consuming. And so I was thinking a way to, if I was going to scale my practice, my YouTube channel, all those things, that I was going to need some professional help. And so that's really why I reached out to some attorneys I know, and I was connected with you. And here we are 2 years later, and things have been great. So,
yes, sir, it's definitely been a great journey so far. And yeah, you're totally right. I think that at this point, we have already been close to the 2 years. We're probably at the month 20 or something like that. So, John, to maybe go a little bit deeper into those challenges that you were facing at the beginning, do you remember specifically like what were the main bottlenecks, the main challenges that you were facing prior to starting to work with us?
Yeah, the editing, I think most, at least in the legal field, that's when I talk to other attorneys, that they recognize the benefit of video. Video is such a great medium to connect with clients. You can engage with them. You can answer questions. You really build. I always say that when clients come to me in a consultation, if they come through YouTube, I know that the chances of closing that client are very, very high because they already know me. They've already spent hours watching videos of me. They know my personality through video. And so I think most people in my field, lawyers, they see the benefit to it. The problem is, truthfully, the editing. We get caught up in the tech of it, the camera, the lighting, and then the editing itself is not an easy thing. And I think as YouTube has grown as a platform and just video in general, there's a higher expectation on the part of the consumer as far as what they're looking at. And that's really where the bottleneck was with me, is trying to increase the quality at the same time trying to be a lawyer and, everything else. And it just wasn't working. And so when I had the opportunity to kind of say, we need to do this, we need to make this a more professional representation of my business, that's where we really reached out to you, and that alleviated, because I can create the content, I can create the videos and then turn it over to your team to create, the professional polish, create the magic. And I always say to make it look like a lot more than it really is, because I was the bottleneck, because, I work all day long in my law practice, come in on Saturdays to shoot videos, and then spend the next several weeks trying to piece together some type of editing, and usually it just didn't get done. So that's where it's really helped me is I can put out a lot more content. I think we put out 5 to 6 videos a week in different formats, where before it'd be a video here, a month later another video, or maybe 4 or 5. So it's made a huge difference as far as scaling the amount of content that I can put out. And then the professional quality of it is, obviously it's not even comparable. It's compared to what I was doing on my own, it's really professional stuff. So it's been a great change and transition for my office.
Yes, sir. Sounds great. So I appreciate those comments, John. So 2 things that I can extract from that is one thing is like the quality aspect, and the second thing is the consistency aspect. That we both know, as you mentioned, you have plenty of experience on the content marketing game. You know that consistency is a huge part of the results that you end up generating in terms of leads, clients, all of that. So maybe a little bit fast tracking to now, John, after 2 years of working with us, like, I don't know, what are some of the results maybe that you can share with us in terms of revenue, leads generated, clients, all of those like attributable results to our work, basically, to what we have been doing over these last 2 years at Hex Studio?
You know, it's been kind of interesting because it has been, like I said, it's almost a couple of years. When I first started working with you, I actually worked at a much larger law firm, and we were able to build it there. And then I transitioned, actually opened my own practice about 6-7 months ago. And so it's been kind of neat because I've been able to see that transition as far as using video to drive clients into my own practice. And at this point, I mean, we keep track of it. We're at about 90% of our new referrals come through YouTube. So it's directly attributable to what we're doing, you know, with your company and creating the different video content. And so, I mean, when we look at it, that's total revenue of the firm. So only 10% of the revenues month to month are coming from other referral sources, which is huge. Mainly because, like I said, when they call me with a consultation, if it says YouTube is the referral source, I know there's super high. I mean, our close rate is over 70% with those particular clients right there on the first call, to the point where some people even sign up before they talk to me. They just talk to our intake people, sign a representation agreement, and then come and meet with me to get their case started. So it's made a huge impact, to the point, and I don't know if this is good or not, we don't do a whole lot of other marketing as far as pay-per-click and things like that. And that's kind of the other area where it changed things for us drastically. In my prior firm, we did a lot of pay-per-click. We're talking $5,000 to $10,000 a month in pay-per-click, which does result in people calling. The problem we found out real quick is you stop paying that and you're done. You know, they don't call you anymore. And so the one thing that I look at YouTube, and particularly the funds that we spend with your company, it's really an investment because those videos are there forever. And year after year, the videos that you helped us edit almost 2 years ago, they're still there. They're still producing clients. Whereas some of the more other types of online marketing, particularly pay-per-click kind of things, it's a faucet that once you turn that off, it's over. Whereas the videos, I still get clients from videos I did 7-8 years ago. They'll mention something I said in a video that it's still there. People can still find it, still generates clients. So again, I see it more as an investment into a long-term marketing plan rather than just kind of quick hits that sometimes pay-per-click could have been.
Makes sense, John. So to kind of summarize this in terms of results, a few things that I noticed. First of all is that you are saying that right now, on your new company, your new practice, you are generating up to 90% of all of the leads from your YouTube channel. And the second thing is that the closing rate you have observed that is over 70% when the leads come from YouTube specifically. Is that correct?
Yes, they're I guess, what do they call them? Warm leads, hot leads. I mean, they know me, and people even tell me that. It's always funny when I do a lot of the consultations, and they're like, "Oh, I feel like I'm talking to a celebrity." And I always joke with them that their bar for celebrity is really low, but they know you, and they spend time watching those videos over and over, and so the closing is very easy because you're not having to build that relationship of trust with the client. It's already there from the video.
Got you. So now moving away from that topic of the results, John, how has been like the process working with us? What is basically the process that we have implemented with you, with your company, to take you from that point A that you were at the beginning to this point C that you're at now, regarding the 90% of the leads coming from your YouTube channel and all of that?
Yeah, I mean, our workflow is really simple. We shoot the video. I shoot the videos here in my office. Part of my process, I'm not very, I don't know if I want to say tech oriented, but you're actually helping me with that as well. So I'm trying to improve the quality of the actual video production. But I shoot the videos, and then really it's just a simple thing. We upload the video file to a Google Drive file that we share. We use Slack to do instant messaging to your team saying, hey, here's the video. And then it turns around a short time later, and it's you guys handle everything. You upload it to YouTube for me. You do the notes underneath it, the links to my practice, the phone numbers, everything that needs to be in there. So really, once I'm done with the video itself, and I upload it into our shared Google Drive file, I don't really have to do anything other than when your team sends me a link saying, hey, let's double check this, see if there's any thing that needs to be adjusted, and then it's posted. It's scheduled. I know that today we have a video that's going to go live here in like 4 hours that I haven't really touched since I initially sent it to you last week. So it's once the video is created, it's really seamless going forward.
Yes, sir. Sounds great. So basically, as you mentioned, we automate like the whole process for you. You only have to record the videos. Everything else is taken care of for you. I mean, that is great, John. Definitely appreciate your time. One last question that I wanted to ask you. If someone is on the fence right now on starting to work with us at Hex Studio, what will be like your honest, I don't know, recommendations, suggestions, or words for them?
Well, the fact that I've been working with you for 2 years, or almost 2 years, that is kind of, if it didn't work, I wouldn't still be here. It absolutely works. We could look at the revenues that it's brought in for my practice, the fact that it's our main lead generation source now. I can even just look at my YouTube channel and the impact it's had there, the number of subscribers, millions of views, and the impact that it has overall on everything that we do. So working with your company has been seamless. I've told many other people about it that, hey, this is something, if you're going to get into video, again, I do think that video is such a big part of everyone's life now, and particularly YouTube, TikTok, all those kind of things. The quality expectation is higher. I think I got away with it 12 years ago when I started my YouTube channel, of me just doing whatever I was doing there and, looking horrible and everything else. But the ability to communicate effectively and to drive people to your business and to, the attorneys with our law practice, I think that there is, you need it to be a polished product, and you guys do that. It's way exceeded my expectations. When the first videos came out, I was like, wow. And I mentioned to your team even, I think 6 or 7 months ago, that you guys have even taken your game up a notch since then. And the quality of the video production and the editing is really good, and something I get comments on. So if anyone's kind of on the fence, it's worth trying, because I think you'll see it has, we've restructured our whole marketing efforts where we're all in on video, because it by far is the biggest return on investment that we have. And then, like I said, it's the long game too. YouTube's not going anywhere. And those videos will be up for years, and you can reap the benefits of that through additional leads.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So, John, as always, a pleasure, and really appreciate your comments.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.